Mediators are by definition neutral, but mediators are also people who are profoundly experienced in the skill of conflict resolution, which means managing the kinds of difficult emotions that can get in the way. And so if that's a concern, that's a thing to bring to the mediator's attention. Sometimes mediators who are not involved in the lawyer-client relationship simply get heard differently than the way that the lawyer would. If you have a client who needs to hear you advocate for that client's position, find a way to do so. But find a way to do so that doesn't stop or obstruct the goals of the mediation itself, which are to try to achieve resolution.
You know, I too have a lot of affection for my client, in part because I respect him so much. He built this company from nothing, and he's very proud, and he doesn't like to be falsely accused, which he feels has happened here. So I have a client here who pays my bills regularly, who understands the budget for this case through trial, and tells me he would rather pay all of these expenses and lose than pay this claimant any money in settlement. I have tried to explain to him that every litigation, including this one where I think he's got a good case, every litigation has risk. He refuses to see it. I think he understands what I'm saying, but I need help from another person, a trusted stranger, a mediator, to give support to me and outside of my relationship with him, so he can hear it, not from his gladiator, but from someone who's experienced in settling these matters. And he needs to understand that losing the case is not just a question of upholding his moral principles, but that he may expose the business to real risk, which means exposing his family to real risk, because this is a family business, and it's all they have.
Every lawyer has worked with clients who are easy to work with or more challenging to work with. It is a profoundly intellectually rich but challenging relationship. One of the most important ways we advocate for our clients is helping them have a realistic sense of what to expect from a legal process that chances are they have less familiarity with than we do. So it's not an uncommon experience for lawyers to need to explain to clients that their expectations are unrealistic, or that they've failed to take into account what the other party's concerns are, or that they're not fully understanding what might happen if they don't achieve a resolution in a settlement. That's where you can use a mediator as well.
The reason we hired you is because you bring a fresh perspective, and I know he respects you, so he will listen to you. And sometimes we need to have things repeated to us, sometimes by other people, and I think you can fill that function. You may not succeed, but I think it's important for you to try.
We listen to different people differently. The mediator is someone who may be listened to differently even than you are, because your client should know that you, their advocate, are on their side, but they also hear things differently from someone else than they hear from you. Use that as an advantage in your own way of structuring your conversations both with your clients and with the mediator.